Hey there, Stratton Jr., Godfather of Sales. Look, if you've been in sales for long, then you've probably been told not to make assumptions about your prospect. However, when you get in that sales call, sometimes it seems almost impossible not to. So today we're going to go over how to not make assumptions on your sales call so that you can keep rapport and still get where you need to go. Now, if you're liking the information that you're getting in these videos, if you want to know more about what we do, be sure and click that like button. Really helps the channel out. Subscribe. Ding that little bell so you get notified when any new ones come in. And if you'd like to work with us or know a little bit more about what we do, click that link down in the description there. Get some more info on what it is that we're doing and see if maybe you want to become a real life closer. In order to not make assumption in sales, you have to have a couple of things in line. First and foremost, you have to clear your mind of any type of assumptions that you may have before you get on the call. Now, this mainly happens when people have a form that they fill out or an application process before they get onto the call. People make assumptions based on those answers on that sheet. Let's say you ask what kind of investment they've got on your application, and they say they've got $2,000 to $5,000. You know that your program is $10,000. A lot of people will just assume this person doesn't have the funds and will back off. They won't even hardly try on the call. They'll disqualify them in just a couple of minutes, ask right about the money. They say, yes, that's what I determined I'm going to spend on this, and they step away. They don't dig a little more to find out. You're making assumptions before you ever start. You're defeating yourself. This will cost you money. You will leave so much on the table by making assumptions. Other times, people get on the phone, and I'm telling you, it's built-in paradigms. I do it too, right? You really have to be conscious of these things. You get on the phone, and by the sound of their voice, you make assumptions about them. You make assumptions about where you feel that they are in their lives based on what you hear. And again, we're human. We all do it. I'm guilty of it as well. You have to consciously be aware of that and not acknowledge it, not hold on to it. Push that thought away and say, no, you know what? I don't know this person. I'm going to ask the right questions to find out for sure. All right? You got to be able to push those away. The third thing that you can do on the call to keep from assuming is to do a proper reflect and clarify. This is what we're going to talk about the rest of this video. A proper reflect and clarify gives you the ability to keep and build more rapport by helping your prospect feel understood while also keeping you from making any assumptions because you're asking questions based on what they have said. So what is a reflect and clarify? All right, example, you ask a prospect, why is it that you decided to set up this call and talk with us today? And they say, well, you know what? I'm looking to get out of my 9-to-5 job. I want to get to where I can work from home and have a comfortable living. Typical answer in many different areas of closing. A lot of people will take that and their next question is, okay, so what is it about your 9-to-5 job that you don't like right now? That's an assumption. You just assumed they don't like their job because they said they wanted to be able to work from home and get away from it. Maybe it's got nothing to do with the fact that they don't like it. Maybe they love their job, it just doesn't pay enough yet. Maybe they really enjoy their job, it pays enough, they're okay with it, but this whole, pandemic situation has taught them that they need to be able to be their own boss and not have to do it, so it's got nothing to do with anything they really don't like. It's got to do with another internal fear. You don't know. So when you assume, why don't you like your job, you're in trouble. To keep yourself from assuming, you do a reflect and clarify. You reflect back what they have said, and you ask to make sure it's understood appropriately before you ask your next question. Simple one here. Okay, so what I'm hearing is that you really want to get away from that 9-to-5 job. You want to be able to work from home, be able to be your own boss. Did I get that right? Right, you're just asking. Reflect back to them. Then this shows them, hey, this person's listening to me. This person's actually paying attention. And they say, yes, that's exactly what I said. You say, all right, awesome. So what is it that's caused you to want to get away from that 9-to-5? Now you ask the next question. What got you thinking about wanting to work from home? What brought that on? You can move on to your next question. Now, using tonality is something I'm going to talk in another video, is a way that you can make your reflect and clarifies more powerful. So watch for that next video. If you want that, be sure and hit that subscribe button. That way you get notified when it comes up. Doing a good reflect and clarify builds rapport because it helps your client feel heard. When a client feels heard and understood, they're much more open. They will talk to you about more personal things. They will allow you to ask the harder questions. And then when it comes down to asking for the money in the close, they don't feel like you're just in it for the money, like you're just trying to dig into their pocket, because you have shown throughout the whole conversation that you're listening and you care about where they're going. You're asking about them. It's a very important skill to pick up. And it also keeps your call from sounding like an interview. go back and watch this video again. Take some notes because this is simple but very powerful to get right. Start implementing it on your calls. Leave a message down in the comments. Let me know how it goes for you. Let me know your results from using a proper reflect and clarify in your sales call, would you? Again, my name's Stratton Jr., Godfather of Sales. I look forward to seeing you in the next one.